Hi, thank you for tuning in for another issue of BU Magazine. This is our third issue. Oh man, I am so excited to share this third issue with you. It's been some time coming. First and foremost, for your first time viewers, what is BU Magazine? BU Magazine, everyone has a story. What is that? BU Magazine is a concept that I came up with back in 1998. It had everything to do with my lifestyle and how I was brought up and the community that I was in. In a predominantly black community, there was already kind of an expectation, a style already that you fell into if you wanted to be in the in crowd, who you date, who you would marry. It was already this expectation of how it should be, what cool is. And I tried it. It didn't work for me. I'm not knocking anyone else, but it wasn't me. So I started at a young age to explore what makes me happy. One was not combing my hair. Another one was finding stuff more tailored to my shape. Suits, ties. I mean, this isn't things that wasn't expressed by others. This was just, it was expressed by others, but but it wasn't predominantly in my area at the time. I went outside this box and man, I caught some slack for it. I caught some grief. My sexual orientation was questioned. It was weird the negative response I had to take from it. But what I learned was, wow, I can either fold and fit in, or stay bold, stand my ground and do what I feel is the truest me. So that's the birthplace of it. I wanted to create something that supported individuality and supported positive self-esteem and bridged the gap between stereotypes and reality. Now, another question I get is why has it taken so long between issues? The first issue is dedicated to my mother. The first issue came about when my mother passed away. I took her death negatively. You have two options. You can take a death positively, you can take it negatively. I took it negatively. My mother came to me one day and told me, hey, why are you taking my departure so negatively? It's not you. And I was like, you were taken from me. She was like, no, I wasn't. I chose to leave. I got faith in you guys. I've done my part. My role is done here on earth. I believe that you guys, I got faith in you guys. I believe you guys have all the tools to be successful. I thought about that, and then I realized that in order for me to get over her, I needed to give her back to get over her death. I'll never get over her, but to get over her physically not being here, I had to give her back to the world. And that's what the first issue is dedicated to her for, is she's always been an epitome of this idea. So I wanted to give her back to the world. Second issue, the reason why it took so long is I needed to grow in confidence. Someone challenged me and said, hey, why don't you do video? And I was like, no, I don't want to do video. I don't want this to come off as self-promoting. It's like, self-promoting? I was like, yeah. She's like, no, you can't separate the two. You are your magazine. How do you separate the two? And I thought about that, and that gnawed at me for a while, and I realized, wow, I'm afraid, I'm scared of the perception that I have. I don't want that to stain this concept. And I realized all that is me. There's no separating it. In order for me to want someone to stand in front of a camera or to give their story to this magazine, I need to be able to be just as fearless, just as bold, or I can't expect it from you. So the magazine, the second issue, took so long because it grew to here. Now it's still here. I needed to get up there. And now we're here at the third issue. And the new format for the third issue, it has a more precise approach, where in the second one, we journey from as far back as you can recollect to the present. So we chronicle that. Where in this third one, I dive into the three things that I believe that makes an individual, which is you have the intellectual you, you have the physical you, and you have the heartful you. This magazine now explores those three. There is one video dedicated to each one, and it's a 3-part series. And every issue moving forward now will be themed. This one is themed around thoughts. And the reason for that is I'm curious intellectually to see how you think. I have a series of individuals that I gave them one word or a phrase, and they gave their thoughts to it. And I also participated in this project. And it's interesting seeing how one word can be looked at and thought of in so many different ways. So, anyway, overall, this is where we currently are right now at BU Magazine. I am excited to share this with you. I'm looking forward to your comments, your participation, and one day even telling your story. So, thank you so much for tuning in.